Hey everyone, it's Lori from Scraps by Sissy. Are you ready for some shenanigans? Because I was already having issues and I hadn't even gone live yet. Oh, that's what happens when you take some time off. So we finally got past our retreat, so I wanted to share some things with you today. Let's see, I'm going to bring this up so I can see what's going on my laptop. Let's see, here we go. All right. Yeah, we had a great time this past weekend, and for those that are not a part of our group, I just created a new Facebook group. It's called Creative Escapes Retreats by Scraps by Sissy. Come join us. We're going to be lots of inspiration. You'll be able to keep up on when our next retreat is, which is the first weekend of October, and we'd love to have you come out. So let me start by showing you the goodie bag. I just love the colors on this. So it says Creative Escape April 2025. This was sadly one of the last bags I got at Joann's. I was really sad to see them go. Well, they're still in the process, but I can't get any more bags. So here was the name tag that went on. Oops, I guess I should bring this down so that you can see it. This is the name tag that everybody had on their goodie bag. I actually found these key tags, it's been a year and a half ago or so. I found them at Hobby Lobby. And then when the on-the-go suite came out, it's actually, the bundle itself is called Tags to Go. I knew that's what I wanted to use for their scrapbooking portion. When I saw this tag, I just about fell over because it matches that perfectly. So that was the goodie bag. And it started out with one of the pillow gifts. So I found these bags on Amazon and I added the title there, Craftiness is Happiness. And inside the bag, they had not only the directions to my layout, and I'll show you that in a minute, and then they could earn raffle tickets for our prizes, and this was a list of things that they could do to earn some raffle tickets. And then inside, they got another little pillow gift. One of my dear friends, Deborah Herndon, she gets these to clean your eyeglasses or basically get the fingerprints off of photos. So everybody got a piece of one of these, pink. Our theme color was pink this time. Put that aside. These really work great. And then they got one sheet of the puffy stickers. Aren't they fun? They got a full package of the twine, which is in Summer Splash, Strawberry Slush, and Azure Afternoon. And then, of course, their little thank you note. So I thought this was a fun bag that they could use for whatever, because it fits, it's 12 inches wide, but I think it's only 9 or 9.5 inches tall. But we always have fun stuff that we could put in there. Now, this was their table name plate, and inside these are the little suitcase boxes that were part of the suite. We die cut these little the lock and the key, and it had their name on it, and inside each of these little boxes was a little miniature hand lotion and a lip balm, because you always need those when you're traveling. And then this was another pillow gift. I fussy cut all those little things out. Suitcase, the umbrella, the passport, and the tag. And inside here was chocolate, because you always have to have chocolate when you're crafting, right? This one was everybody's favorite. So it's a little suitcase that held, you can see, oops, I guess I need to eat that one later. The pastel M&Ms. But isn't that adorable? It's just a little suitcase. The wheels don't move or anything. But I thought those were, especially because it was pink. Now they did get a charm. With all of my retreats, I always give a scissors charm to commemorate our retreats. This one was a pink suitcase. I can't find mine still. I know it must be in a special place. There's only 3 places it could be. Somewhere safe, which I haven't found. Bailey ate it, and I have not seen it come back. Or it sadly got knocked into the trash. I haven't emptied the trash. I'll be able to look. This was the one we had in October. This was from a summer ago. Was it last summer we did 2? No, 20... whatever. When I did one in June, we did flip-flops, we did a butterfly, we did a bumblebee. So I think it's just, oh, I also have a dragonfly. I just think it's a fun way to be able to look back on them and think about the fun times we have at the retreats. I guess I should show you the layout that I created using that sweet, I forgot to take these out, of course. And I don't want to show it to you in the page protectors because they'll be too bright. They'll get reflection off of the lights. But this was the layout I created for their sample. Isn't that fun? I just love the colors in that because I'm a blue girl. Yeah, it was just a fun weekend. They, in their goodie bags, they also got a fun little pen. They each got the heirloom arrangements card kit. It's an all-inclusive card kit that for their cards, because you always get a card kit and a scrapbooking layout to put together. And then they got a half a pack of that fun paper, and then of course the pieces to put it together. So that was what they all received, and like I said, it was just a really fun weekend. So now we're going to take a look at the March 2025 Paper Pumpkin. I think it's Daydream, Daisy Daydream. Absolutely stunning kit. This was my Casing Tuesday yesterday. We're going to do this one again with a little bit of a twist. This is the other card we're going to create. But I absolutely love these die cuts. They are so fun. Of course, I got the refill because I love the kit so much. And then today we're going to use the Opal Rounds assortment dots. These were part of the suite that had the lemons. I don't remember the name of the kit. I used them on another layout that I did on my Facebook Live one time. And then here is, March is the anniversary month of Paper Pumpkin, and we got 2 stamp sets, both coordinating. And I did use this honeycomb one on my scrapbook layout. I'll show you that in a minute. And it makes 9 cards. Look at these envelopes. Are these not gorgeous? I really want to figure out something fun to do with these to incorporate them in a layout. I didn't on this one, but they're just absolutely beautiful. And the die cuts on this kit are just adorable. You can see all the different daisies. Make sure I'm in the shot here. Look at these bumblebees. Are they not adorable? And who doesn't love daisies? So there's that. Let's leave this out. I haven't mounted my stamps yet. And the ink spot was Lost Lagoon. And I think that's all. It always comes with, oops, there's part of a piece left over from my scrapbook kit. We'll let him over there. Comes with adhesive. These are dimensional strips. The little mini dimensionals and some mini glue dots. Look at the size of those. I love those. And when you subscribe to Paper Pumpkin, you're always going to have those. Let's see what else. These are other elements for the other cards. But they're just fun. Fun. And here's some more. These kind of have a sheen to them. They're not gold. They're more... that's kind of got a glossy finish. I didn't use any of those. I don't know why. Maybe we'll add those to this next card. Try and incorporate those. And I think I need to get a tag out because I did not get one for this. Okay, I need one for that card. I think I used the same, I did, use the same tag for both. Okay, but you can see the different style of tags that they came with. And I'm probably going to need some of these guys, so let's just leave them out so I don't have to go digging. All right, so let's get started. Oh, I guess I should show you my scrapbook layout that I created for this. Let's move these guys to the side. This is a nice part of the doing this in the back of the studio. I got lots of room. Okay, so it's a double page layout. I'll move all of this out of the way so you can see what's going on here. And it fits together like this. Isn't that cute? Now, I used the meant to be scrapbooking stamp and die set, and what goes with the meant to be scrapbooking workshop kit. So I used that for making the honeycomb pieces, and also my title. It says Our Hive. And then I used the the paper pumpkin stamp right here. This is actually my journaling tag. It will just tuck right back under here. And my 3 photos are 4x6. I love the little, whoops, I have that one upside down. The photo placement, yeah, these things that we are now going to be carrying, because it makes it much easier to scrapbook when you don't have your photos and you know exactly where you're going to put your photos. And I also use some more of those dots. You can see right in here, let's see, it's kind of hard to see that, but I did stamp the little honeycomb set, the image from the paper pumpkin kit kind of around the photos. I did it on this one also, and then added those die cuts. And each of the time that I used one of these bumblebees, I put some Wink of Stella on his wings. It's kind of hard to see, but in person it gives it just that shimmer effect. Okay, so now we can get started on our cards. Let's start with the casing, my Casing Tuesday. I'm going to need my trimmer because I didn't cut anything except for my card bases, which they were actually trimmed when I was at my retreat. I very rarely get to do anything at retreats since I'm the host, but this time I took advantage of it and I did it. So we're going to start with a Daffodil Delight card base. I need to score it. And it's cut at 8.5 by 5.5, and I'm scoring it at 4 1/4. Okay. So we're going to cut this. I'm actually going to cut this in half. This is one of the card bases. So this piece right here, I'm going to cut to 3.5 by 5. I want most of that to be the honeycomb, so we'll trim it there. So 3.5 by 5. We'll save that for the inside of the card. Wait, no, the inside I did use that. So this is going to be 3 3/4 because my inside layer is 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, now I'm going to take this piece and I'm actually going to trim it a little bit shorter. The measurements were 3.5 by 3 3/4, but I want to mount this on a piece of Mossy Meadow to make that pop a little more against that back piece. So we're going to make this 3 3/4. I had to stop and think about it for a minute. By 3.5. There we go. Ugh, I forgot I need a new blade. Okay, put these over here for scraps. And this piece I'm going to cut, I'm going to leave the 3.5, but I'm going to cut this down a little bit. So I'm going to do it at, what is that? 1, 2, 3/8, 3 3/8. No, that's not where I want it. I want it in the length. So I'm going to go right there. Let's trim off a little bit. I want more daisies than I'd have anything else. Now you can see how my brain works when I'm designing. Okay, let's do it right there. And then we want this to be 3.5. Let's see, got more. I don't think it really matters. I think you've got the same amount of flowers on either side. Okay, so I have trimmed this to, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 5/8 by 3 3/4. So it's gonna, this is what happens when you're working on the fly, right? Did I not get this at 3 3/4? Should be. Okay, let me stop and think about this for a minute. Yep, that's what that's supposed to be. So this is supposed to be 3.5 inches wide. That's where I made my, oh, bless her heart. See, it's been a long week. So we have 3.5 inches wide. We need this to come in right about here. Try this again. Like I said, I just wanted a little bit of that mossy meadow, and we are going to get just a little bit. There we go. We got it. Only me, right? Okay, so let's get this glued together. And I have, let's see, right here. Just going to attach those two together with some Stampin' Seal. Make sure that, that's a really rough edge. Okay. Oops. Okay, here we go. Just like so. And then we'll add that to the piece that we trimmed. Oh yeah, I like that much better. It makes it all pop. See how it makes those daisies stand out a little more? Then we're going to add that to the card front. There we go. And the original card in the Casing Tuesday, the sample card, was actually a note card. Okay, so there's that. So we want to stamp our sentiment. Thank you for always being there for me. And right here. I didn't stamp anything on the inside, primarily because I wanted to wait until I know who I'm sending it to, and then it's a little bit easier to personalize. I'm just going to stamp that right there. Now, I like that. Mossy Meadow is a great color to use for stamping sentiments. Let's close that up. We're going to use some of the dimensionals from the kit. Let's see. This guy right here, and attach this to our card front. And we need to get one of those beautiful bumblebees. I'm going to add that over here, just like so. And then you can tell I like the bumblebees. I only have a few left. Okay, so we'll add another of the mini dimensionals. We're just going to add him right there. Okay, And on this card, I used the iridescent pearls, but since we're using these for everything else, this is what I'm going to use today. Let's use some of the yellow ones. Aren't those pretty? I really wanted to incorporate some Night of Navy in this card, but I thought, nope, you do that all the time. Let's just do something a little different. Let's add one more up here so that we have the rule of 3. Okay. Oh, Winkastella. Have to have Winkastella on his little wings. I just paint that on there. Okay. He's done. Now we'll add the inside pieces and add him to the inside of the card. And our first one will be done. Let's bring that down a little bit more. Hi, Lynn. How are you? I know I didn't time this very well since the Giants game is on, right? I'll go quick. All right, we'll add this to the inside. Card number 1 is done. Move these out of the way. So yes, I definitely like that pop of Mossy Meadow a lot better. It makes the honeycomb pop a little more too. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Set these aside. That's all we're going to need him for. So the next one's going to be about birthdays, because you can never have too many birthday cards. And then, let's see, I think this is the one right here. Yep, sweet birthday wishes. Let's go ahead and stamp that, get that out of the way. And what did I do with that other label? No, we'll get one out of the kit. We have some. I have my yellow and blue in the envelope, so all is well with my soul. Janine will know what that means, since she loves yellow and blue together as much as I do. All right, we'll stamp this guy. Right there. Okay. And then I'm doing this completely backwards from my first one. I'm out of practice, can you tell? Okay. Let's see. Enjoy your special day. Okay. I figure if I do this, make sure I have the right one. Yep. Less likely to make a mess. So I'm going to add him right there. I know a lot of people don't like stamping their sentiments at the bottom, but for this one I really liked it. As I'm going to put a die cut there at the bottom. Let's use this one. Okay. So the sample card I used, I did use the mini glue dots because I was at the retreat when I made that one. Oops, their tops are flying. Okay. Oops. There. See, I like that. Isn't that pretty? Okay, let's put that on the inside of the card. My card base is in Lost Lagoon to coordinate with the ink color. Or that. That's okay. Bone folder fixes that. So let's glue him to the inside. Okay. This is 4 by 5 1/4. So this is the back side of the card that I had cut from for my sample card. So this is going to be 3 3/4 by 5. So that's the only piece of the card base that we won't be using, and that one too. Put that aside. Glue this to that white, like so. This is a sweet and simple card, my kind of card, which when you're short on time and still want to make some kind of an alternate, this works. Okay, so we're going to add one of these die cuts right here. We'll add some more mini glue dots. The instructions probably tell you to use the strips, but why? I'll save those for another project. Okay, so I'm going to add this right about there. We're going to tuck him right underneath. Oops, got to make sure it's straight. All right, we'll add another bumblebee. I'm going to use a mini glue dot on him, as we're just going to add him to the daisies. Add some Winkostella to his little wings. For that sweet little shimmer. And we need one more little bitty daisy. Daisies just scream spring, don't they? We're going to add that right here. And of course, you have to add some bling. I'm going to add one here. These have a fun shine to them. Let's put one more down here. And guess what? We're done. Dun, da, da, da. So, we have our 2 Lost Lagoon and Pool Party cards. Clean up my mess so you can see what's going on here. And my 2 Casing Tuesday cards. And my scrapbook layout. Yes, that's the way it goes. That black one threw me for a second. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed my projects today and I was able to inspire you. I will have, the reds are already 3, oh, I'm not going to look. I hope I was able to inspire you. I just have to finish my blog post putting in this card. I hadn't done that because I was waiting to get it created. It'll have all the measurements down for everything and links to my online store. Paper Pumpkin has now moved to StampinUp.com, so you don't have to worry about a separate website any longer, so you can subscribe right there on the site while you're shopping. So again, I thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a great rest of your week. Now to finish cleaning up, finish my blog post, and then I have to finish tackling my studio so that I can start designing cards for next week's classes. It's a never-ending cycle around here. Have a good one. Oh, if you're watching the replay on my YouTube channel, please be sure to give my video a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Have a good one, everybody. Bye.